Drop dimes, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done.
Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake, sidestep. I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best. Snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play. Hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way. No look behind the back. Fred in the scene. Every angle, every shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find.
What is up, everybody? Appreciate you for tuning in. We're back. Another edition of Passion and Precision. I know normally we're on a Friday, you guys know, but we're here on a Saturday, but we're here with another great episode. What's going on, Key? So Key could not join us, but she's in the chat. So look, you might start talking to her in the chat. Who knows? But it's gonna be Jory and I guess the original crew. What's up, Sijin? Hey, we got a lot to talk about. Like I said, title tells you everything. There's a lot going on right now. It's not just free agency, although we will touch on that. There's beef in the NFL rearing its head once again between fan bases. Spoiler alert, one of them, Jory, is close to her heart. Got a lot of drama going on in the sports world. There's just a lot. I don't want to waste too much time. So, Jory, as she put it, Ravens' worst nightmare and Texans' worst nightmare. How are you doing, Jory?
I'm ready to be a nightmare.
Okay.
That's all it is, bitching and moaning about a color. A color.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to talk sports.
Yeah. Okay. Second. Do that. All right. So, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's get into the first topic. Because like I said, we got a lot. We're going to look at the gridiron. We're going to look at the free agency. Baltimore, like I said, winners, losers, and the uniforms. So, got to start in Baltimore. They made the trade for Max Crosby. It collapsed because of a physical. That's what they're telling us. Eric DeCosta said, look, gutted that the trade didn't go through. They made a quick pivot for a team that was gutted over the trade not going through. They signed Trey Hendrickson away from the Bengals, even though we all knew he was never going back to Cincinnati. But they get Trey Hendrickson, who's a little bit older. This costs a little bit less because they didn't have to give up draft capital. It was just money. And then DeCosta had the nerve to say the ultimate plan was to pair both of them together. So I guess they just settled on just Trey Hendrickson. Crosby's gone back to the Raiders. He says he's a Raider. He's whatever. He's locked in with Vegas. So, Jory, I mean, look, people who watch know you and I are very critical of Baltimore when we need to be. Looking at this situation, what did you think first when the Crosby trade was made, and then secondly with it collapsing and how quickly they turned to Trey Hendrickson?
I was surprised that they even made the move, but then the whole thing about the situation is they waited 2 whole ass days.
Mm-hmm.
They knew exactly what the hell they were doing. They had the exact same information that the Raiders had, all of those doctors had, and the Cowboys. And for all of these people, like the Cowboys pulled out, they had already pivoted to Rashawn Gary.
Yep.
So let's not leave that convenient part out.
Mm-hmm.
What Baltimore saw was that the market for Trey Hendrickson wasn't that wasn't what they thought it was going to be, and they pivoted. Little do they know, Hendrickson is worse at stopping the run, and he had hip surgery in December, but I guess he passed his physical.
I guess so. Because that is also an interesting part of it is, yeah, Crosby's beat up as well, but Trey Henderson wasn't healthy last year.
Uh-uh.
And with him being older, you do have to worry about him coming back from the injury and how he's going to look. And it's a hip injury, like you said, like not necessarily the best thing for a DN that has to bend, flex, bend around linemen and all that. That your hip could be a little bit of a trouble. It's not
Correct.
act like the Ravens never drafted or brought in people that wasn't hurt before. Yeah.
Yeah, because ain't nobody want to deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Eric DeCosta to sit here and try to play in our faces talking about the plan was to put both of them together. You don't have enough money in the world to put both of them two together, dumbass. You don't think we know that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they had to sit there, restructure Lamar, which is what they've been wanting to do all offseason, to kind of work Henderson under, I guess, the cap that currently is, because Henderson did not come cheap. So I guess we'll spin it to the Ravens offseason in general. A lot of people made a big deal about Crosby when he was traded there and thought like, oh, Ravens are back. Do you think that with Hendrickson alone, they would be the favorites in that division with all teams currently constituted going into
No.
next season? Okay.
Hell no. Because, and another part about the situation that I kind of wanted to address is that once they saw how many people they were going to make walk, like they let Linderbaum walk. They let a whole bunch of other people. You trade for Draymond Jones and then you let him walk.
Yeah. Give what, a fourth rounder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the pick. Dumbass. Like when you have 3 of the 4 teams in that division that are getting new head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I expect this division to be ugly as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I expect I don't think the Ravens are going to win the division. They lost too many pieces. And yes, they got draft picks. But do all of them pan out? That's a lot of hope in college kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting your season on the line of second and third year players plus your offense. Yeah. Hendrickson, I feel like that defensive line is still missing something because I don't even think Matabike's going to play anymore.
Although he released a video of him like working out, so I guess he's trying to show that he's on his way back. Which, even with whether it was Crosby or Hendrickson, Matabike is a guy that they do have to get going on the opposite side. Mm-hmm. They signed him to his deal a couple of years ago. Yes, the injuries are one thing, but it's like if Matabike is not over there and he's not effective, it's easy for offenses to scheme away from Hendrickson. And that's where he's important. The rest of the defense, some of the guys that they did lose or whatever, but the secondary is what it is. They brought in Jalen Hawkins, which helps as a safety, but you still have the Marlon Humphrey issue that teams are going to still try to target. I think the linebacking group we saw last year, teams targeted that group in the passing game as well. Mm-hmm. So, it's good that they got Hendrickson. You weaken a divisional foe. He's a guy who knows the division really well, knows the tackles in that division. Great. But like Anthony, I believe, put in there before, or was it Syjan? Other teams now dealing with Baltimore will probably have this in the back of their mind that, well, not even just like trading, but free agents, I guess we should say. Like if Baltimore looks like they're interested in you and they want a reason to kind of back out of it since they set the precedent, they're going to sit here and say you failed the physical.
And they've done it before. They found loopholes to void people's contracts. They've rescinded trades. They've found ways to fail people. They've done this shady shit before. So don't
So
nobody
true.
need to be trading with Baltimore. Eric DeCosta can go. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Steve Bisciotti, you need to rein some of this shit in
Mm-hmm.
because now you look terrible.
Yep.
And they still don't have a really outside of Zay Flowers. They need more. They need better quality receivers. I'm done with Bateman. D Hop ass is old. Not that they're going to use these receivers anyway, because we're going to sit here and target Mark Andrews. Guess what decision they made as far as the tight end? They went with the old man instead of the young guy, and the young guy went to follow Harbaugh to New York.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they lost 2/3 of their tight ends, even though Charlie Kohler is basically just a blocking tight end. But they lost Patrick Ricard too. Ricard has been a big part of their run game, and he kind of factored into the passing game a little bit with dump offs into the flat and everything like that. Yeah, Kenton Mitchell gone too.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Trajan? How you doing?
What's up?
Anthony says their offense ain't no better, no wide receivers, and you lost your backup tight end. So we kind of know the draft. They're probably going to go tight end. A wide receiver that maybe they're looking at. Could Jawan Jennings show up there? I don't know because I don't know what Jennings' price tag necessarily going to be, but they're going to have to draft one. Tight ends that are out there, you're looking at maybe Njoku. Njoku's got his own injury history
Mm-hmm.
from the past couple of seasons. So they might have to go offense heavy. And this is Minter's first year, so we'll kind of see what his philosophy is with his first draft. But yeah, it's interesting story, to say the least. Now, it wasn't the only story of the free agency period. So looking at a lot of the moves that happened, and what free agency opened like Wednesday officially, but that period, you were getting deal after deal after deal, and like if you weren't keeping up for like 2-3 minutes, you'd miss like 10 deals that happened. Hold on, I'm not going to Baltimore for what to block for Lamar and Henry. LOL. Oh, they guess talking about wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we'll have to see what Minter's offense looks like. Well, I can't remember who their OC is now, but we'll have to see what Minter's mindset is for their offense. Minter is coming from the Chargers. Will they try to mimic anything like that in Baltimore? I don't know. Does Minter being a defensive guy mean we'll probably get more of a Derrick Henry, maybe centric offense? I don't know. Only time can tell with Baltimore.
They can't afford to keep Derrick Henry for more than another season.
Probably. Yeah. Missed the winner with the Rams. Their defense is much better. Okay, so the graphic isn't like showing necessarily who we have as winners and losers, just the graphic. So we're gonna get into winners and losers. So Anthony's saying that the Rams are a winner. Their
Uh-huh.
defense is better. I
Yep.
agree with that. They are definitely a team that I have written down. I think Baltimore takes a step back this year.
They're losers.
I mean, we'll have to see who takes advantage of Baltimore seemingly weaker roster. Now, they're obviously a strong draft away from maybe climbing back up to the favorite, but I don't know. We don't know who the Steelers quarterback is yet. And the Bengals made some additions on their defense, so maybe it's them, but it's hard to really fully trust Cincinnati right now. Let's start with, we'll end this segment with winners. Let's go with losers. So I guess who's a loser or losers that you have? I'm sure.
The damn Colts.
Yes, one. The who?
The Colts.
Okay.
Because they were top line. They were getting ready to sign Trey Hendrickson when Baltimore did that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why ain't nobody finna deal with them no more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for a while.
Yeah.
Because the Colts, they were getting ready to pay. They They overpaid like a mug
Oh,
for
Alec
Alex
Pierce.
Pierce. That's an overpay.
Reportedly, he had 2 deals on the table, one from New England and one from the Colts. And he took the Colts deal because he wanted stability, which, okay, cool. Not
Daniel
gonna
Jones,
lie, seeing what he got and what Romeo Dobbs got, I'm glad he chose Indy. I'm so glad he chose Indy
he
because
wants
4 years,
stability.
like 114, I don't know about that.
Stability.
That's what he
Daniel
said.
Jones' play is not stable. It's stable for stretches,
Yeah.
but they overpaid for Pierce.
Okay.
They got screwed by the Ravens because they were going to sign Trey Hendrickson, which I'm actually grateful
Mhm.
for. I'm not trying to see that man twice.
Yeah.
You told Anthony Richardson to go find a trade, and that ain't happened yet because don't nobody want his ass but McDonald's.
I need to know who told him he probably has a market out there to really be demanding trades. How much guaranteed for Pierce? Hold on
Okay.
1 second. I'll give you the exact number. But yeah, you keep
Um,
going, Jordan.
and the money that they were going to give Hendrickson, they turned around and instead of tagging Daniel Jones, which was smart, they would turn
Mm-hmm.
around and paid him for 2 years. It's not that big of a deal, but Daniel Jones was smoking rocks if he thought he was going to get $50 million a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex
Rocks.
Pierce is getting 80 million guaranteed, by the way, Sajin.
Hell no. Linderbaum is getting 81.
Yes.
God damn.
Well, I think what Indy is showing, because we also saw them make the move trading Pittman out, which I'm a big Pittman fan. I like Michael Pittman Jr. The Colts clearly think Pierce is more like versatile. They think he's more of a playmaker, probably to suit Daniel Jones than Pittman. Hey, Pittsburgh got Pittman. Pittsburgh's needed another wide receiver across from Metcalf. You got Michael Pittman. They
Now,
absolutely did. When I saw that they signed Linderbaum for 81 million, I was like, "Good
you,
lord,
I'm like,
we
you
got
black.
centers making tackle money now."
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I'm not paying it. Now, Lloyd Christianberry was terrible, but I'm not paying $81 million for a fucking
Mhm.
center, and I need wide receivers, and I need
Yeah,
secondary help. Or I need dudes. I'm very glad that Legarius longhead ass done got the fuck off my team.
yeah.
Another loser. Of
Okay.
course, the Ravens are losers. You don't do no foul shit like that to anybody else
Mm-hmm.
and not be a loser. You lost half your depth on a new coach, on a new offensive coordinator, on a new defensive coordinator, on a you're gonna end up having to replace half the team anyway because people are coming
Mm-hmm.
up in contract years.
Yeah.
Losers. And
They,
now you're hoping
they even
that
lost Jordan Stout. They lost their
yes,
all-pro punter.
mm-hmm,
And Anthony, yes, they did do that for their rookie quarterback, so I'm not necessarily mad that they overpaid for Linderbaum. I was just saying that the number surprised me. I think if you are obviously taking Mendoza, you do all you have to do
to build
to make
to
his
build it up before
transition
he get
smooth.
here. Mm-hmm.
Didn't like the trade signing. He's injury prone. Well, Baltimore needed to do something, so that's where the Trey Henderson part comes from.
It's funny because they failed Max Crosby getting a more injury prone pass
Mm-hmm.
rusher.
Kansas City needs a proper wide receiver, especially if we aren't going to have Rashee Rice the first 6 weeks of every season. The secondary losses are killer too. Yes.
Yep. I'm glad that they went and got I'm glad that they went and got running backs though.
Yeah,
So,
I love the Kenneth Walker
I love
signing.
that signing.
Dolphins
Um,
are losers. Oh, you're speaking to my heart right there.
they've been losers.
Hafley came from BC too, so I'm supposed to like him, but he's coaching Miami, so I hate him.
Oh, Um, Miami's losers because, well, no, you know why the Miami Dolphins aren't losers? Because they got rid of Tua.
It was ATL bound, and ATL is not happy.
They're not happy with that, but we're not gonna get into that. They can, the Chiefs can feel free to come get Snead, but I'm telling you, they're not gonna have him for very long. That man is in hot water,
Mm-hmm.
participating in a drive-by shooting allegedly, even though they got your ass on camera.
Kansas City, a cornerback in the draft. Yeah, the kid from LSU. I forgot his name. Literally did a mock draft on the ball and talked about him, but I forgot his name. But yeah, yeah, Monster. There we go. Yeah, he will be there. Probably, probably in that area. So they could very well do that.
Um, you think the Cardinals are losers? You don't have a quarterback.
Well, some would say with Kyler they didn't have one anyway.
True, but Kyler went and got another job, but
Yeah.
he's also filling in for JJ's sorry ass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't like a lot of what the Cardinals have done. They haven't done much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Buccaneers are also losers.
Okay.
What's going on in Tampa Bay? Is it a Todd Bowles issue? Because the way Mike Evans, we all thought Mike Evans was gonna re-sign with the Buccaneers,
Mm-hmm.
but he decided that man, Kyler Murray runs like a chicken. Have you been chased by a chicken before?
I mean, Madden put his run in the game, so it's funny seeing virtually Kyler Murray running around. But yeah, they captured it perfectly. Minshew, I do agree. Minshew mania in Arizona. Yeah, they're gonna love him down there. Are they gonna
They're
win a
not.
lot of games?
No,
Probably not.
that's a hard division.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
They haven't won bowls gone. Yeah.
they've been one bowl. Yeah, they wanted both fired,
Mm-hmm.
but they've lost a couple of pieces too. So, but let me think about another couple of others. Houston
I
had
got a loser for you potentially, and I don't know if you'll agree with this one. And Tapa, I see you in here. The Jags haven't done anything except for re-sign a couple of guys. They did lose
I'm
Devin
not
Lloyd.
complaining.
Well, I know you aren't. They lost Devin Lloyd. They lost Travis Etienne. He's telling us it's now Etienne. That's what it's always been. Do you hear that story that he was at Clemson telling people every day how to pronounce his last name? They would never get it right, so he just said, "Go with Etienne." Say it how it's spelled. So he's Etienne now.
Because it's
And
Creole.
right, and they lost Newsom, the corner, as well. So I don't think they're like big losers. I think it's kind of like I guess, minor loser there.
No, they're losers.
Okay.
They're losers.
Jets.
Oh,
Okay.
that's sunshine. They're losers.
Both seats. Both seats definitely warm because of the way their season ended last year.
Yeah, that's what got Raheem Morris fired because the Panthers won the division.
And this is part of it too. We don't have money thanks to Trent Baalke, $51 million in dead cap, and I know they weren't going to pay Lloyd for one good season. True. Yeah, Geno Smith back with the Jets. As a Patriots fan, not worried.
You could have waited for them to release him.
Newsom can't cover. Dude got burnt. I mean, I'll just say that's why I said they're like minor losers. I don't think they're like big losers. Because I get it that only losing a couple of guys and re-signing guys is kind of them showing they're targeted the guys who were a big part of last season. They think they're on the right track. They're obviously going to look towards the draft to kind of keep the train moving. But I'm saying they didn't really do much in free agency. That's the only reason why I'm saying that they're losers. Reek Woolen to Philly, love it. Told y'all AJ
AJ not
wasn't
going
gonna.
nowhere this year. At least this year.
Mm-hmm. Here's the
He's
problem.
house.
A lot of fans will view free agency almost like a Madden style thing. They want every big name. So I know Key, you've been saying that forever. Patriots fans have set their minds to AJ Brown since the end of last season.
Oh boy.
So when free agency started, it was like, get AJ Brown. That's the number one priority. And I'm like, you don't even know what the Eagles' asking price is. You don't even know how motivated the Eagles are to trade him. Go get AJ Brown. Do whatever you have to get AJ Brown. You can't force the Eagles to trade him. They go get Romeo Dobbs. Patriots fans are like, oh, that's nice. Go get AJ Brown. I'm just like, bruh. it's okay. Like if they don't get AJ Brown, I still like the wide receiver group. And they're saying Steph Diggs could come back. I don't know if I believe that, but they're saying the door's open to Diggs coming back. I think what they're looking for is if Diggs is out there, teams aren't really interested in him. They would probably like to bring him back at a smaller number.
Diggs also got legal issues.
Mm-hmm. So AJ's dead cap, if they do it before June 1st, is I think like 20 something million. If they do it after June 1st, I think the dead cap's like 7 million, which is why everybody's like, if they're even gonna do it, it'd have to be after June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it's go get him now. So what?
You know who else I thought made a couple of sneaky good. You know what? I'm not giving that whiny ass team no fucking credit. Nope, absolutely not. And
Which
they
team?
messed up the crybabies.
Oh, yeah.
And they messed up the market overpaying for Daniil Hunter. Man, F them. Fucking pricks.
Okay.
I'm going through the divisions in my head. I don't know what the fuck the Falcons were doing. Actually, when it comes to the whole Tua thing,
Mm-hmm.
if you just remove remove the fact, even though it's hard to remove the fact that both quarterbacks are injury prone,
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense. Both of them are left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to if you have a left-handed quarterback, you don't want a right-handed backup. It kind of sort of makes sense. And what the Falcons have said, Tua is there for competition.
Right.
So
We said weeks ago, Matt Ryan did not take the job and go, Penix is our guy, no doubt. Matt Ryan's like, hey, competition's good. I'm not just going to hand over the job to Michael Penix. For what?
Also, Tua, he usually plays well in the Falcons Stadium, so good luck. Good luck with that, Mr. Penix Jr., because he's been there for a long time. We call they call the Georgia Dome or Mercedes Bryant Denny East for a reason.
Yeah.
If Michael Penix Jr. turns around, if he's either not ready or he's not that good, that's the only way Tua is going to start.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel like part of it is if the Falcons wasted a number 8 pick on Michael Penix, only for a couple of years later to have off injured Tua, even though he hasn't been, hurt or concussion wise since 2024. But if Tua all of a sudden comes in, takes the job away from Michael Penix, then that pick was really wasted. And I think that's what Falcons fans are afraid.
They're afraid of that.
Yeah, they're afraid to come to that realization. I said it when they took him. It was a luxury pick. You had Kirk Cousins. You paid him all that money like he was the guy. Turned around, drafted Penix. And then people tried to sell like that was some genius move. A couple of years later, Cousins is out, and Penix might be replaced by Tua. So what genius plan was it? I haven't seen it.
You see why Terry Fortnell got fired?
Yeah.
That's exactly why he got fired. Shadur Stans can shut the fuck up. Respectfully. Respectfully, they can be
Mhm.
quiet.
Yeah.
Because they've been so loud about Stefanski. I'm like, I tell them he's won Coach of the Year twice before Shador was even in college.
Hmm. But I kind of see what you're saying. Because if you're a Shador fan, if Stefanski goes to Atlanta with Tua, turns the Falcons into a division winner, and you got Monken and Sanders, and y'all are last in the division again, that would probably mean Stefanski was not the problem. So it's
Mm-hmm.
either Shador isn't as good as y'all think, or I'm assuming they'll just pivot to the roster around him isn't good enough, and then they'll
Which
just
we've
direct
been
their blame.
saying.
But they'll just direct his blame to the front office then, because they can't blame Stefanski anymore. Now just be the front office is the one holding him back.
Mm-hmm.
Must be nice when you have no accountability. Great place to be.
I had to debut my jersey.
Yes, I mean, Saijan did point that out. Yes, Jory is rocking the, as Texas would tell you, that's our jersey. But,
So they can stop crying and go shove a foot up their ass. Like, it's a fucking color.
yeah.
Kids argue and fight over colors.
Uh-huh.
Not grown ass adults being fans of a team.
Mm-hmm.
Just crying. Yeah. They shouldn't have left. You should have gave that man a stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And and you shouldn't have waited so long.
Yep.
Because the second y'all Houston agreed to give Bud Adams and company a stadium, the ink was already dry on the move to Tennessee. That's y'all's bum ass fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the idiot that's over here talking about there are two separate franchises. Shut the fuck up. Are the Baltimore Colts and the Indianapolis Colts not the same franchise? Were they not?
Yes.
And Ursay picked that damn team up in the middle of the night and moved them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that story was so crazy. They had to do a 30 for 30 on it.
Ursay was
I remember
retarded.
that image. It was like around midnight, had big trucks just pulling from the stadium and people were just losing their mind. But all right, so we went through some of the losers. Who are some teams that you have as winners in their free agency?
My team. Because
I agree with that.
I wanted Devontae Sweat to pan out. He
True.
ain't this good enough. He's not.
Yes, you definitely were one of his biggest cheerleaders here on the show.
I really wanted him to pan out.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we got a player. We literally addressed one of our biggest needs, which is a pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Arden Key is an AFC South pass around. That man has been passed around the whole damn division outside of Houston. That's the only one they ain't hit yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we went and got a center. We went and got little pieces of places where we need. I love what's his name?
Alontae Taylor.
Yes, him.
Yep.
I love that signing. A couple other ones, but let me pull this up here. Because I have, like, if you don't know, if you follow the Passion and Precision blog, I do have a little fantasy tracker, and I'm
Yep.
working on a bigger one, so I'm give me just a second. Because I have all of this already.
We had John Franklin Myers.
I love that was the one I was talking about.
Yeah. Wandale Robinson.
That too.
Even Mitch Trubisky as a backup. And I don't know if you saw, the team is actively shopping Will Levis
Yes!
for a day 3 draft pick. They don't even want anything too crazy. Give him a day 3 draft pick.
Because the way he did that shit last year, and
Yeah.
boy, I tell you, because he was supposed to be the backup last year, and then
Yeah.
his stupid ass gonna get surgery right before the fucking season, like a Mayo head motherfucker he is.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, get rid of him. Him and stupid ass commercial.
All right. All they want's a day 3 pick.
Somebody want them.
Hmm.
The Falcons can get them. Hell, do the Dolphins want to figure out what?
Right.
Do the Dolphins want to figure something out? Come get that man. Get up off of him.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jermaine Johnson, John Franklin Myers, Wondell Love. The one that I'm questionable about because I wanted Elton Jenkins
Mm-hmm.
is Austin Slotten. What the fuck? That man. That man.
Yeah, Slotman. Yeah, center from the Giants. Yeah.
So I think he had a pretty decent free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky, but it was a pretty okay. It was a great free agency. I hope this all pans out. But uh, another team that I like that I say won.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the Patriots getting Draymond Jones for pretty much nothing
Mm-hmm.
just pisses me off. Oh, so the Falcons might be tanking next year. Jets probably will be tanking next year.
Mm-hmm.
Who else has a bridge quarterback? The Vikings.
Well, the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, true. I forget they exist.
Yeah.
It's his namesake. For right now, until he proves it, it's the namesake.
Yes.
And considering what Daniel Jones, you know what? I have a really good conspiracy theory. Arch Manning to the Colts. Voila!
I mean, I could see it.
Daniel Jones is coming off an injury. Don't he
Yep.
play like trash when he come off an injury?
I mean, we'll see. I mean, look, Daniel Jones. I will give Daniel Jones this. He probably played through an injury that he shouldn't have because they were having a really good season. He was having a year that he hadn't had with New York when everybody called him a bust. So he probably got caught up in that and was like, I'm not going to miss these last few weeks because I worked too hard for this. I'm having a great year. And then he goes out there and unfortunately, hurts the other leg, trying to protect the one leg. And it's like, yeah, you felt bad for him when he was there on the ground. Well, I guess you to an extent as a Titans fan, but
They sure did trade them 2 first
yeah,
round picks for Sauce Gardner. You know what?
Sauce was out there getting burnt too before he
Yep,
went
you
up.
know what? Biggest free agency winner right there. The Colts, because doing that stupid shit, the Colts right there. Because,
Mm-hmm.
come on here.
Yeah,
And I'm not calling that man Sauce. His name is Ahmad.
right.
Until he can prove something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Colts also lost a lot because they lost Zaire Franklin.
Yep.
I forgot who else I was talking about.
Kind of sounds like, as a Titans fan, you're kind of loving the way free agency's going.
Yeah. Look.
Because the Colts have some issues. Jags we just talked about, and as Top has said, they're kind of up against the cap anyway. And then Houston, I guess depending on how you view Houston's free agency, you're still not necessarily like, you don't look at Houston and go, "Oh, we can't compete."
They're running it back, and they don't have much to run back.
Yeah, I mean, they did get David Montgomery, which Nick Chubb didn't look. He looked all right last year. Joe Mixon's just been hurt too much, and they moved off of him. Like Woody Marks was he had a decent season. He was also unproven. We'll see now that people kind of know who he is, how effective he can be. So getting David Montgomery does help them. But like I said, if you're a Titans fan and you're like the direction they're going in, they could have a strong draft after that. They could be one of those teams that goes bottom to top of the division.
I will. I would love to see that happen.
I mean, it happens every year. At least one, I believe, does it like the past few years. Got to see which team wins the draft. I mean, it's always tricky to kind of do that because most draft classes don't really like pop or anything for like 3 years or so. But yeah, that's true. They traded David Montgomery too quick. So,
I just feel like, and I also I forgot what I was going to say. So go ahead.
okay. Let's see. So you talk about the Titans. I agree. So Chat's been saying Commanders. I have them as a winner too. I like that they got Rashad White. I think Brian was it Robinson gone and all that. I think Rashad White going there. He'll probably have a bigger role than he had with the Bucks, and I think he's a good running back. They got your former tight end and Okonkwo with the Commanders. They got Chase on, who was with the Patriots last year, came off a career year. You we didn't win, we overpaid. I mean, when talking about overpaid, like if the production is there, you don't necessarily care. But yes, it is something to definitely think about. They got Owe. We'll see. I know a lot of people were talking about Owe as like this great pass rusher in this class. I mean, we'll see how he is with the commander system. With Nick Cross, Leah Chanel, and some others, I think it's a pretty good offseason.
It's a solid one.
Biggest thing for them, Jaden Daniels has to be healthy. So I don't care what they do necessarily free agency of the draft. They got to find a way to keep him upright and keep him healthy.
That means fix that line.
Yeah, I think they re-signed Chris Paul, and they did lose. Was it Tyler? I don't even know how to pronounce whatever his last name is. The center. Yeah, that guy. But I also think centers, like you can find those in the draft.
Yeah, or you could be the Raiders and pay $81 million for Tyler
Yeah,
Linderbaum.
well, I mean, hey, hope we draft anybody in the Ohio State defense. That's usually a strong place to start. I guess another team I think potentially having a good free agency. I kind of like what the Panthers are doing. My only thing is, I don't know if they might have paid too much for Jalen Phillips. But once again, not my money they're using. So hey, Devin Lloyd's there. They got Rasheed Walker the other day as a tackle option. Bryce Young, I think finally has proven that he could be the franchise quarterback they've been hoping he would turn into off of last season, but he obviously has to show it again this year. They got John Mechie from the Jets. Can't really judge him from being with the Jets because the Jets are just a mess of an organization, but I mean, better than anybody, John Mechie when he was in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good wide receiver.
They were there together, so they got chemistry. So
yeah. So I kind of like what they're doing, building off of what they did last season. And as we just talked about, the Bucks could be even worse next year. Falcons don't really have a quarterback right now, and the
they need to fix
Saints.
that linebacker room.
Saints have Tyler Shook, who actually looked pretty good. So I don't know. Maybe this is the year Saints and the Panthers look like the two best teams. I don't know. The amount of hate Bryce Young received his rookie year was uncalled for. I agree.
It really was because he didn't look like C.J. Stroud. What does Bryce look like now, and what does C.J. Stroud look like?
Great point. Yeah, going into next season, if you had to have one of them based off of how they played last year, you'd probably put more of your money on Bryce Young next season.
Well, because they blame it in Houston, they blaming everything but C.J. Stroud.
Yeah. Well, I think they're still holding on to rookie year C.J. Stroud. That's now, 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago. Like, he needs to bounce back for sure.
the offensive line. He keep this coaches. It was the offensive coordinator. He done got a couple coaches fired.
Mm-hmm.
He's the problem.
Anthony says Giants are a winner.
They just took half of. They just plucked the shit out of
Well,
Baltimore. We're not gonna do that.
I mean, to Anthony's point, can you imagine a backfield of Ricard and Scatterboo? That's crazy. So if they get Scatterboo back, obviously Ricard, great fullback. Like if they get in short yardage situations, it's gonna be tough to stop the Giants with those two back there.
We're gonna have a Harbaugh Bowl. He's going back. He's going back to Harbaugh Bowl.
Mm-hmm. T Mac going to Carolina was the best thing for him. I honestly wanted ETN to go to Carolina. Okay. Yeah, but T Mac and Mechie could be a dynamic duo.
I don't know what the fuck the Lions did. They're confusing me. The Bears. Damien, where are you?
Okay.
The Bears had also had a very confusing free agency, even though Damien thinks
Mm-hmm.
they can just sign everybody and can pay everybody. That's not how
Mm-hmm.
this works. But a long Bears fans should know you don't need a quarterback. That's the first time in a good long ass minute you can said that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need just about everything else?
Yeah.
You lost Kevin Byard. Well, the defense was kind of halfway trash anyway, but you gotta go. I would like to see the Bears how they draft before I really put together a good thesis. But as far as free agency goes,
Yeah.
they signed Kobe Bryant with a
Mm-hmm.
Y, with a Y,
Yeah.
and that's all I know that they did.
Yeah. Bills had a decent free agency, but their GM can't draft. That's
Brandon Bean is terrible at draft.
yeah.
Joey Bosa is still available. He's a free agent.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't want him or his
And then
stupid ass brother.
the 49ers just restructured Nick Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bosa brothers.
He
What did
go
he
kick
what he did
rocks.
go out there? Yeah.
Kick rocks. Both of them. Nick
Mm-hmm.
can go first.
Yeah.
Let me see. Rico Dowdle signed with the Steelers. Clay Watson signed with the Raiders. No offense to the Saints. N'Kobe Dean to the Raiders. Damn! They're just putting bread over there.
Well, Raiders had the most cap space, and they are definitely using it.
Malik Willis
I
to the
think somebody in the
Dolphins.
chat did say the Raiders are having a good offseason. They
Mm-hmm.
actually are. They
And,
may look at the Max Crosby failed trade as kind of a blessing.
and the fact of the matter is they can still afford to keep Max and keep honoring those contracts. I'm
Yep.
like,
I mean, Brandon Ayuk probably should have been released 2 years ago. And Trent
absolutely.
Williams is going to be interesting to see because their cap situation. Trent Williams has been an anchor on that line for years. He is getting up there in age, but he's still really effective. I
I
feel like if
mean,
you're a Niners fan, you don't really care much about the Ayuk part of it, but Trent Williams would be a big loss.
I'll take them.
Yeah.
Malik Willis is a Dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth Walker, that K person that got on my fucking nerve that used to play for the Colts, he plays for the Raiders now.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Allen plays for the Bengals, which is a great signing, by the way, for the
Bengals
Bengals.
spent money on defense. How about that?
Isaiah Pacheco to the Lions.
Yeah.
Dre
Yeah.
Greenlaw went back to the 49ers. DJ
Hmm.
Moore went to the Bills.
Yep.
And Covington's own Eric Stokes, who's a really good player,
Hmm.
he went to the Raiders. Again, Raiders are just printing money.
Yep. The worst thing might be the division that they're in.
Yep. Well, I think if I'm sorry that if Tony is in here, I
Hmm.
think the Chiefs are going to take a season or two to really get back to form.
But I think the Chiefs are okay with that. Mahomes, you're not gonna want. Well, you're not gonna expect Mahomes coming back next year and just being Mahomes just like that. So I think they'll look to next year as kind of a reshaping year and probably like a farewell to Travis Kelsey year. And then after that is where I think maybe they bounce back. But that also means
Um,
the Chargers got to get their stuff together and look like a really good team all
I'm
season.
done with that.
Well, but I mean, these are the teams that are supposed to keep the Chiefs down next year. I mean, the Broncos look like they'll probably be good again. But we got to see what Bo Nix looks like coming off the injury.
Oh yeah, he did. He did get hurt. I'm thinking about anybody else. NFC North, NFC South, NFC East.
Well, Key brought up earlier, like, what do you think about Kyler Murray with the Vikings?
It's a move.
Okay,
It's something. He still can't see over the line, and so
that's why he does the chicken run all the time, so he can get outside and see downfield.
Bryce is short, but he can see.
I wonder if Bryce does he do the Drew Brees thing? Because remember, Drew Brees is short too, and he used to throw off like his tiptoe to get over the line.
Bryce has a
I
deeper
don't think
drop.
Kyler Murray could do that and still see over the line anyway.
Bryce has a deeper drop back though, so that's how
Yeah.
he's able to see. He dropped back in the front. But
Actually, how tall do they list Kyler Murray at? I guarantee it's a lie.
whatever it is, it's a lie. Because I'm telling you, that man ain't nothing but five, but 5'9" at most.
They list him at 5'10".
They just lied. That's a lie. That man is 5'8".
I respect them for lying at 5'10", because they like to lie with quarterbacks and be like, "Oh, he's 6 feet tall," since
He's
that's like
five
the
eight.
magic number. But clearly, he's not. Okay,
He's
5'10",
5'8".
sure. That's probably what that means. That he's actually like 5'8". Yeah.
With them little ass hands. My hand's bigger than his.
Thomas says that he's better than JJ. Yes. So in that instance, great signing from Minnesota.
Exactly.
Okay.
Herbert, I'm done with him and his excuses. I'm tired of him being treated like the golden pony boy. He finna be Sunshine 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just excuse after excuse after excuse. Justin Herbert won't come to the playoffs trying to play his worst brand of football.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence's decision making is still shaky at
Yeah.
times. You know what? I'm not even gonna put at times because that interception that he threw versus the Raiders was so goddamn bad. I'm like, bro, you
Mm-hmm.
just threw it directly to him,
Mm-hmm.
directly to him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Thomas says I want a black quarterback. What's up, 3 and D?
What's up? I'm just like, I'm done with both of the sunshine. Both
Yeah.
of them. The one in the sunshine state and the other one in California. That plays for the team, they ain't got no damn fans.
Mm-hmm. That is still like I don't know how LA fixes that. I guess the Rams have a better fan base, maybe,
They
but they both still kind of struggle.
One, the Rams shouldn't have moved from St. Louis.
True.
That's where most of their fans were.
Well, I mean, I guess in St. Louis they did kind of build enough, of a culture there. Because when they first moved there, they struggled as well because everybody knew about the Rams with LA with like Eric Dickerson and all that. But I see what you're saying.
Hmm.
So Topo wants Dante Moore. Okay. And 3 and D says Mitch Trubisky about to have a Geno Smith comeback.
What are
Problem
you
is
talking
he's
about?
playing behind Cam Ward, so I don't know how
What are
much you're
you
going to
talking
see.
about?
I don't know how much
Don't
you're going to
don't
see
piss me off.
Trubisky.
Don't piss me off. I'm already pissed off about a whole bunch of other shit. Do not piss me off.
Well, to go along with that, we might as well go to the next topic. Uh, so these are the Titans' New Jerseys. You obviously know Jory's a big Titans fan. The controversy, at least on one end, Houston Texans fans, for whatever reason, are mad that these look similar to the Houston Oilers jerseys because the Houston Texans believe that Houston Oilers means that like that branding should belong to them since they're in Houston. As Jory mentioned before, sure, but the problem is the Houston Oilers are the team that moved out to Tennessee and turned into the Tennessee Titans, so that's where the branding kind of stays and moves along with them. So with that part of it, I guess Jory, your I guess initial thoughts on the new jerseys, like what do you like about them? What don't you like about them? Like what grade would you give them?
A minus, because I missed a friend.
Okay.
I love.
Houston and Tennessee have been
Yeah,
fighting over the jerseys for years. Yeah.
a
They
fucking
really have.
color.
Yeah.
A color. They're the only fan base in professional sports who gets mad over a color.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to imitate it, and Amy Adams Struck was like, "Oh hell no!"
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
Yeah.
they need to get over it. Get cry me a river, build a bridge, and jump off that mug, and get the fuck over it.
Always wonder why Texans never because the Texans they're not the
They're,
Oilers.
they're not the Oilers. The
Yeah.
Oilers, brief history lesson. Bud Adams, the previous owner of the Houston Oilers, now the Tennessee Titans. Um, they ran a dispute with the city of
Mm-hmm.
Houston as far as the stadium was funded. Stadium, he wanted a new stadium. Houston and taxpayers didn't want to give it to him. But you know that. But
So I guess he's saying like why didn't I guess he's saying like why didn't the Texans just be bold enough and just kind of try to do it?
because there's things called copyright infringement in lawsuits.
I mean, the way they
They
cried about it,
own
I'm
that
surprised.
shit.
The way they do cry about it, I'm kind of surprised they didn't actually try it to try to be sneaky about it.
They they did try to be sneaky about it
Hmm?
and got caught. Just last year they tried to sneak a shade of blue that was too close.
Oh yeah, Reed did bring up another one. I forgot because remember we talked about the Baltimore Colts going to Indy. Remember the Cleveland Browns moved to Baltimore, became the Ravens, and then the league brought the Cleveland Browns back. And we never heard. Well,
It's two
Baltimore
different
just created their own
franchises.
brand, and like Baltimore didn't try to recreate Cleveland. They
Mm-mm.
did their own thing. So that yeah, that was a little different. That would have been
Two
funny
different.
if like Baltimore was like, "Hey, Cleveland, give us our colors back." Like, come on, you're create your own thing.
And, and the thing is, as much as crying at this damn fan base does,
Mm-hmm.
y'all remember they got new uniforms and shit just last year.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got them all red joints. Them shits is nice. Why are you
Mm-hmm.
worried about a blue?
Yeah.
Like, I love the details on the jersey. I love the homage. Look, No,
Will the Chiefs and Bears change? Yeah, go to Kansas and
I'll
Indy.
call the Bears the Gary Bears. Actually, they're not going to Gary. They're going somewhere. They're going to Northwest Indiana, but it's not
Hmm.
Gary. It's somewhere else, but it's somewhere close.
Yeah,
But I'm like, look, y'all know could have and should have and all this other stuff. I'm like,
honestly, never
you,
knew there were troubles with colors. No one tries to steal the green and gold. Yeah, but yeah, Houston. Every time the
every year.
every time the Titans do like their throwback jerseys and they see that color, they always got a lot to say.
Woo. And it started with JJ fucking Watt. He used to go on his Twitter rant. I know why we can't use him, but I just want to use the Oilers jersey every year. I'm like, bro, be quiet. Don't get your fan base up and crying and upset about a
Mhm.
franchise that they did not do enough to keep.
I mean, not gonna lie, because I call them like the Warren Moons. Those were some clean jerseys.
Hmm. But they don't belong in Houston. They belong in Nashville now.
Yes.
And I need Texans fans to seriously get a grip. Get a grip.
Hmm.
Like, get a grip on reality. Like, he started that, and then they were all, Texans fans are annoying.
Hmm.
They've been crying about this about these colors for 4 fucking days. Give it a rest. 4 days.
If I'm the league, I capitalize on this. Opening week, Titans, Texans. Let the Titans debut the New Jersey against them and then really turn up the heat amongst the fan bases.
You know I will be doing nothing for the next 2 days but fighting people in my comments.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know that. Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's a color.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry that you can no longer use it. Use a
Right.
different shade of blue. One that's not that similar. It's not that hard. There's sterling, there's cyan, there's um cloud blue, sky blue, a
Hmm.
whole bunch of other blues. Can't use coast blue now because that's the New Jersey color. But
But it's like you said, the Texans have that red. Build off of that.
what off of that? Like, shut the hell up. Crying about a color. Every year, at least twice a year they start this.
Hmm.
At least twice.
Yeah. Okay.
But I like the jersey.
I do too. Yeah. I mean, like you said, not having the flame is a little different, but color scheme and everything, I think it's really, really a good color. If Houston had Super Bowls, fans wouldn't be crying about jerseys.
First,
Absolutely.
Houston, the Texans franchise wasn't even a franchise until 2001. They need to worry about that shit too.
Hmm. So
I wanted
Trenton
to
says Joey really wants to see the Titans do something this year.
win
I
more
feel
than
like, I
three
feel like
games.
Tennessee might be a. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some of the NFL people on TV making their bold predictions surrounding the Titans in that division.
I want to see them win more than 3 games.
Right. With the Bald Brigade coaching staff. All right, so we talked a lot about the NFL. We do want to talk about the NBA. So let's start with Bam's 83-point game, which, as Bam put it, if you don't like it, he doesn't care. I look, he should feel that way. He did his little press conference. He had Asia Wilson next to him. Two of them couldn't care less how we feel about the 83-point game. Where a lot of fans have an issue with it is some of the late game antics where you're purposely missing free throws up like 28 points, trying to get the ball back in Bam's hands so he could score even more. The fact that the man went 7 for 22 from the 3 point line is crazy for a guy who doesn't shoot threes that well to begin with.
Mhm.
The most egregious might be the man took 43 free throws. We're in a league where you got Jalen Brown talking about SGA foul baiting and stuff, and Bam had 43 free throws. Now, I watched Washington playing the Celtics tonight. I don't know who coaches that defense, but they do not guard big men for some reason. And after watching them basically let Kata roll to the rim every time, I'm like, this is how a guy like Bam Adebayo could drop 83 on you. So
Well, the
part of
Wizards
it
are
is
terrible.
Washington stinks just that badly, but
Ime said it.
they are horrible. And but they got Trey Young. Trey Young's going to bring nice winning culture down there.
And,
Yeah,
and, and
I'll
old
believe
ass
that
Anthony
when I see
Davis.
it. If it was Luca, SGA, or Giannis, nobody would care, but because he's not a big name superstar. So
Not that.
that's
It's a late game shenanigans. Nobody would care
yeah.
about the 83 points if those late game shenanigans and those jacked up ugly ass free throws didn't get him there. That's what
Mhm.
we're all talking about. And then it's like, oh, you're a bunch of basketball purists. That shit ain't basketball. That's a Looney Tunes bullshit. You don't sit here and just throw shit at the fucking rim during a free throw
Mhm.
and you're not informed. That don't make no sense.
Right.
And then
And I think the other thing.
defense,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
the level of defense from the Wizards, who just did not make any of the adjustments, did not guard
Baffling what
nothing.
they do. Like so many other teams, once Bam got to like 70, would have probably just they would have just put like 2, 3 guys on him to make sure he didn't score more. Wizards were
And
just like, hey, you got 80? Keep going. They probably would have let Bam score 100 if Miami really wanted to get crafty at the end there. And top of your point, Luca, SGA, and Giannis. Well, Luca and SGA especially, like they're viewed as big time scorers. For me, even with the antics, it's like it's gonna be kind of hard to remember Bam's 83-point game next season or seasons down the line because this is not really who Bam Adebayo is as a player. That's where it's gonna be weird for me. Like I'll have to probably be reminded every year that he has an 83-point game. Like his previous career high was, I think, like 40. Even that game, I was like, okay, he probably couldn't do that again. So I don't know. Like it's some of the backlash I feel like is probably a little bit much, but some of it is like legit, like Jory said. The purposely missing free throws, the purposely like hacking Wizards players to put them on the lines to get the ball back, like stuff like that. Nobody wants to watch that, especially in a game that wasn't even that good to watch anyway.
Bam should not have been in that game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Although, oddly enough, the Heat are actually moving up the Eastern Conference standings. They're now a top 6 team as the Sixers have fallen off a cliff right now. And the Raptors, basically like I thought, they fell out of the top 6. But, here's what it is. He had 83 points. Good for him.
Good for
Will we
him.
remember it 10 years down the line?
No,
Probably not.
I wanted to remember it next week.
Right. I guess staying in the same division. Magic City Monday no longer happening because everybody's like, think of the children. We got
Fuck them
strip clubs
kids.
in the arena. We got babies in the stands. Can't have it. I don't care if it's just wings in the hoodie. It's a strip club. We don't need that. Jory, you've been vocal about this. Do you think, I guess, do you blame maybe Atlanta for not necessarily, I don't know, maybe clarifying this with the league? Do you blame the league for overreacting? Do you blame, because they did say like employees didn't like it. They said sponsors didn't like it. So kind of
And
once you get
that's
into
a
that,
fucking lie. That is a
but so
lie.
once you get into that realm, you can't necessarily blame the league for doing it because they have to worry about sponsors and all that crap anyway. So more so them and the team, like, where do you think this fell apart?
The fucking league because they overreached because Cornette wrote a fucking chat GPT bullshit. Because listen here. They had to run that promotion by the league to even get it approved, to even do the fucking hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
They had to run that by the league. The league approved it.
But it sounds like if you're a league, is Luke Cornett a voice you really want to? I mean, not anything against Luke Cornett, but it's not like Steph Curry or something said there's something wrong with it. It's like it's Luke
And
Cornett.
if that long faced whistleblowing ass motherfucker didn't say shit, it wouldn't have went. It would have went under the radar.
Right.
It really, and it's not even all that was gonna happen. The reason why they called it Magic City Monday is because they were playing the Magic.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like people were thinking like ticket takers are going to probably be strippers or something. Like the concession
No,
stands, like it wasn't even anything like that. To be
wings,
honest,
a
if they
fee,
did do
and a
that,
T.I. concert.
yeah.
Like y'all hate, folks hate the city of Atlanta. Great city, wonderful city, historical city, civil rights
Mm-hmm.
mecca.
Mm-hmm.
Every city has degeneracy. Every city do. But
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta really can't have shit without other people taking it too fucking far. First of all, Luke Cornett don't even live here.
True.
Nigga don't play here either.
True.
Mind your own goddamn state in Texas and deal with old Hot Wheels.
And Luke
Mind your
Cornett,
own goddamn state that don't respect women. We over here talking about this about objectifying women. The same fucking league that has Miles Bridges, Kevin Porter Jr., and a whole bunch of other stuff.
mm-hmm.
Other people that don't put their hands on women, that promotes alcohol and gambling. But Luke Cornett has a problem with people with objectifying strippers who choose to win, who choose to work at a strip club. These are also doctors, lawyers, and nurses too.
Mm-hmm. I think the weird part is Luke Cornett doesn't play for the Magic either.
Yeah, you
He's
don't
like
play
he
for,
might even be in the arena on the night.
and that's what made me so mad. I'm like, you had no fucking business.
Yeah.
You're not from here. You're not supposed like you probably not gonna be welcome here at all either.
Well, I feel like most Hawks fans will probably forget Luke Cornett even started this whole thing.
Yeah, because they so busy being mad at Al Horford for co-signing the shit. And
Which
his bald headed ass to shut the hell up because he cheated on his wife.
I mean that's kind of like an underrated hatred between Atlanta and Al Horford.
Yeah, and he can be quiet co-signing shit because his damn sister went on has a tweet talking about KMF with Jason Tatum.
His sister is kind of wild.
She is
Yeah,
not kind of, she's wild as hell.
is wild. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
more people
I
go
was
to
introduced to her with her.
lounges for food.
Yeah,
Like more people go to lounges and clubs like that for food than the actual entertainment. If you want to be entertaining, I stay my ass in the house and get drunk by myself. I'm pretty
mm-hmm.
entertained that way. But most people go for the food, and people are like, well, it's the name. And
Because Stephen
because you're
Toppin, who
from
doesn't even live
Atlanta.
here, said he heard the wings are good. Wings are so good. Lemon Pepper Lou left the bubble
Thank
knowing
you.
full well he might get in trouble just to go down there to get some wings.
Where we get lemon pepper Lou from?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand other people are like, it's a strip club. It's the name of a strip club and da da da. I get that, but it
Mm-hmm.
really wasn't that deep.
Right.
It wasn't that deep. Wings, hoodie, T.I. concert. And it was named that because they were playing the Magic. Y'all sound soft as shit. Y'all badass kids be saying worse. And they be acting like little strippers on the playground. They do.
I mean, you fire up a game of Madden or Call of Duty, you will hear kids say the craziest
Y'all
things.
talking about these kids, and these kids are bad as hell with silver teeth. Like the same ones y'all be letting them walk around with stupid shit on their shirts.
Hmm.
And what about the kids? F them kids. Kids are not supposed to be involved in everything.
Right.
Ain't it the school year? They need to be at home.
I mean, for what? They want to catch a nice Hawks game.
Really?
Hmm. Somebody's got to be going to watch them.
Really? Like, it's not that serious.
It's yeah. Bernie Mac did have that great set talking about F them kids. Yeah.
F them kids. Like, don't, like, I get why people want everything to be family friendly, but really,
Hmm.
do kids need to be involved in everything? No! And that's what makes people hate kids because y'all keep trying to make them involved in everything. Take them little
Hmm.
crotch gremlins home. Take the crotch goblins home. Yeah. Now, would I have one? Probably in a couple of years, but not right now.
Okay. I mean, look, like I said, sponsors and stuff get involved, the league, whatever. I I wonder would the Hawks try it again, maybe with different branding, different. I don't know. I don't know because, like you said, it's an establishment that's synonymous with Atlanta. They were trying to do something together. Like I feel like they might try it again, and hopefully
Do it for
next
Waffle
time Luke
House.
Fournette will keep his mouth shut. I
Al Horford, not he still live here, but I feel like somebody's gonna find his house.
don't think Al Horford cares. Like clearly
He still
Horford still hasn't. He's still heard about the way the Hawks moved off of him. I was one of those who was surprised that they did it, but I was also surprised when they moved off of Jeff Teague. Kind of what
in
Atlanta
favor
does.
of Dennis Schroeder.
Yep, crazy. Um, Playoff picture, like I said, Sixers are kind of fading right now, and Tyrese Maxey's going to be out for another couple of weeks. I mean, they're not really in danger of falling like out of the plane or anything like that because the teams that are out of it in the East are very much fine with being out of it. The Hornets were kind of the hot team going into the break, but they're still like 10th in the East. Hawks are actually playing better right now, but it's hard to really buy into them. But looking at the top of the East, and this kind of goes to the next two bullet points on here. Jason Tatum has returned to Boston. Um, he's looked pretty good coming back from an injury that he's coming back from. Outside of a little bit of a hiccup on their West Coast trip where they lost to San Antonio, which Jaylen Brown had a lot to talk about, and then they lost to Oklahoma City, where Jaylen Brown had a lot more to say. How do you feel Tatum uh, reinserted back into the Celtics dynamic? What does that do for the East to you? Does that make them the favorite? Do you think that maybe it's still the Pistons? Are you looking at some other team? I know a lot of people obviously looking at the Cavs, but like, where do you think it kind of shakes out in the East?
The only people that are looking at the Cavs are Cavalier fans. Because we already know it's about that time for them to fall off a cliff.
Okay. I
Um,
mean, I know not to bring up the Knicks because
please don't. Please
Well, how
don't.
about the Magic? Magic are finally out of the play-in. They're in the top six. Do you buy into them now, or like I said, how are you seeing it playing out?
Depends on how Atlanta plays.
Okay.
Because I feel like Atlanta could play well enough to get the 5 seed.
Kaminga's got a pulse in Atlanta.
Dude, you see what happens when you just get away from a toxic environment?
Mm-hmm.
You see what happens?
Yeah.
As far as the Tatum of it all, I do think that if he gets into a rhythm, which I don't really expect to happen because he hasn't played all season because he's been hurt. If he gets into a rhythm, there's a very I think the Pistons got the conference, but I wouldn't put Boston out of it
Mm-hmm.
of the 1 seed. And for all the people who get on Joe Mazzulla's ass for being a psychopath,
Joe
I
Mazzulla's
feel
my
like this
guy.
is a coach of the year. This is a coach of the year type job right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah.
The Knicks are on. The Knicks are the Knicks. They're soft as shit. Cat Carl Anthony Towns makes me mad. Jalen Brunson, I think he's hurt. Um, they're gonna either be 3 or 4. Cleveland, I
We'll
think,
answer this in a second, Sijin.
huh?
No, so I'll answer Sijin's thing in a second. No, keep going.
Um, I think I think Miami's gonna fall.
Okay.
I think the Raptors are gonna fall. I really do think it's gonna be Detroit, Boston.
Mm-hmm.
That orange and blue team in New York.
Okay. So I guess it's safe to say you believe in the Knicks more than the Cavs.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out who am I gonna put above the Cavs at this point. Because the Cavs are
Well,
right
now
now.
you're kind of in Magic territory. You're in like
Yeah.
Heat. Yeah.
You know what? Let's go off of a limb. My rant just inspired the Hawks to go play their best basketball.
Do it for Magic City.
Do it for Magic City. With the
Uh,
Hawks and the Cavaliers. Because I
mhm.
kind of like how Atlanta's playing more than Orlando.
I mean, they're basically playing like I felt like they should have played with Trey. They play with a lot of pace. They're kind of taking away Trey. They're like a more athletic team right now.
They're a more balanced team.
Yeah.
We've been telling the Hawks fans that man was throwing off shit for 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But if Atlanta keeps this up, I feel like it's going to be Detroit, Boston, New York, Atlanta, Orlando, Cleveland, Toronto, Charlotte, and yeah.
Okay. I mean, do have
And as
some
far as
potential interesting matchups in the East. Like you could have Miami, New York first round. You could have Orlando, Cleveland. I mean, you could potentially see like a Boston, Toronto, maybe like a Detroit, Philly type of first round. Like interesting matchups there. So now going to the West because we do have to talk about the West. And Tapa has this question, which I know you love to talk about. Why is the media so obsessed with trading Austin Reeves?
because LeBron put that shit in the fucking ear. Rich
Yeah,
Paul.
Rich Paul.
Rich
Yeah.
Paul. He put that in the ear.
Yep.
I want people to leave my Lakers the fuck alone. Like,
Yes.
leave the Lakers alone.
Mm-hmm.
Leave us alone. We know we're bad on defense because we
Yes.
got 3 people on the starting lineup that are liabilities.
Mm-hmm. And also with that, LeBron fans like look. They showed a 2-on-1 fast break from the Bulls where LeBron just stood there and the Bulls player missed the layup and they were like, "Oh, LeBron intimidating on defense." No, it's because of the Bulls. Let us be real. Stop giving that man credit on defense. He is
Now,
not a
granted,
good
the Lakers
defender.
are winning right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we're playing the Nuggets.
Yeah, tonight, yeah.
Um, I'm a
I'll say
little
right now
old.
the Thunder up in the West by 3 games over the Spurs. Then there's a big drop off where
Yeah,
the Rockets and the Lakers are 7.5 behind the Spurs. It does get bunched up there because Denver and Minnesota are both half game behind Houston and the
Lakers.
Lakers. Phoenix is 2 games behind Minnesota, and the Clippers are now eighth in the West because Golden State is now beat up and basically playing with a bunch of 10-day guys. And Portland is in the play-in. Shout out to Portland. They're probably going to make the play-in. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but that's if you're a Portland fan, you'll take that.
Hot
Plus,
tea.
Portland might get renovations to their arena finally because Oregon passed some legislation that's going to allow them to now, which that's probably going to be big for them as well. Rockets not addressing the point guard issue. It absolutely is hurting them. They kind of knew that going into the year, and they feel like they're okay with that. Good for them. Let's see how that works for you in the playoffs. And Sijin. Okay. The WNBA. So they're making progress, which Holly Rowe told us all, even though she wasn't supposed to, but she told us they're making progress. The association and the league have basically said Monday is like the drop dead date before they really have to start changing the schedule. So maybe don't be surprised if late Sunday night, maybe even early Monday morning, we hear about some update. It seems like they are really close to getting a deal done. Okay, so with that, um,
We got through
I
all
guess my
that.
Western Conference question to you is: outside of the Thunder and the Spurs, do you give anybody else a real chance of coming out of the West?
Let me go through the list.
Okay.
Let's go through it. Let's go through the
Mm-hmm.
standing. Let's see. Western Conference. Houston, no.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers, fuck no. Minnesota, hell no.
Okay.
The Suns, absolutely not. The Clippers, they're more likely to go find a time machine and go back to the land before time than to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Golden State, no.
They're too beat up right now.
They're too beat up. And Portland is just not there yet.
So Tapa said the Nuggets. How much you buying into the Nuggets? They did just get Aaron Gordon back. That's a big piece for them.
Ain't Jamal Murray hurt?
Isn't he? Yes, I think so. If he's not hurt, he's dealing with an issue.
You know what I feel like it's gonna happen? It's gonna be Lakers Denver round one again, and here we
Mm-hmm.
go with Jamal Murray playing the best damn basketball of his life against the Lakers.
Oh yeah, because if the season ended today, it would be Lakers Nuggets. Yeah,
I'm
that
supposed
is
to get my
weird how well he plays against y'all.
the defense last year let Rudy put up 30.
I still don't know how that happened.
I'm traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
So outside of Oklahoma City and San Antonio, the only team that I'm definitely gonna just put out a yes on is Denver.
Okay, and I agree with that. We've seen Jokic, work magic in the playoffs, and Gordon coming back, I think, is going to be big for them. And they've, gone all this time without Gordon, and they've played well. So now reinserting him will just shift the roles of certain guys, and yeah, I think they'll be a tough out. I mean, Minnesota's been to back-to-back Western Conference Finals. Can't necessarily count them out, but
I'm counting it out.
I still don't like that they rely so much on Anthony Edwards offensively, but I think what is he, like the leading scorer after the All-Star break in the league? But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. All right, let's get into the drama. You got Dwight Howard with who like Dwight Howard retired, and literally hours later is like more drama about him.
Oh my God. And it's not just him. It's his now ex-wife. They're filing for divorce.
Yeah.
Lady, awareness. We do not go on Instagram Live with a bag of rugs, powdered rugs,
That was a
playing with
big bag too. Like,
that was a big bag.
who was it thinking? Scarface?
That was a quarter key at least. And this man, and she over here playing in it and touching her face, so she got a contact high. So this is how crack addiction starts.
Uh,
Why are you playing with that on live?
it's definitely the start of something.
Because you catch this man lying, coaching his kids to lie on you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that hurts. I know it hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But don't get on the internet with drugs. And if you're gonna do something like that, it can be happy grass, not no damn cocaine.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what it was. I'm like, I have a screen grab of her crying with the bag in her hand. Lady, evidence.
Yeah.
Evidence. And from
That's
one
what's up.
crash out to another crash out that just saved his career because they done dropped some of them charges. James
Right.
Spears Jr. should be right. He should need to be praying to God. He's a piece of shit, but he needs to pray to God.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you owe Rakia Jackson $70K and you
Mm-hmm.
tried to pay her $250,000 to stay with you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly ain't got it like that. If you had to borrow $70K, so why would she take your advance for $250?
You know, it's one of those checks. He was probably, don't cash it right now. Give me some time. I'm good for it. Wait till the
You
next
lucky
season hit, then you'll get your money.
you lucky you're not going to prison.
Right. There are, like you said, there are still some charges against them, but like the big ones
The big ones.
have been kind of dropped. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
My phone acting up. 1 second. You can go. Stephen A. Smith, kick rocks.
Right.
I'm tired of you, and I'm tired of you speaking on women. And then
Mm-hmm.
for that man to sit here and call Kamala Harris,
Mm-hmm.
that woman, I'm like, you bitch.
Yeah.
He's exhausting, and I really wish somebody would kick him in his kneecap.
Mm-hmm.
Next, take me out of the group chat as far as the White Howard bullshit is concerned. I did not think I was going to be seeing manufactured snow from chemicals on Instagram Live, it being played with in somebody's hand. She was grabbing it by the handful. Girl, quit playing with drugs.
That's what I'm saying. The size of that bag, it was like, that's not like casual use. That's like drug lord use.
Like,
Jaylen Brown
he
second in.
deserves it, cool.
Absolutely deserves it.
The hell? We're not going to do that on Jaylen Brown. You leave my ATLien alone. That's all I had for that.
Okay. I mean, I think when you say Stephen A. can kick rocks, I think we'd all agree with that. You didn't have to explain for what reason. Absolutely. Not top two. All right, Kerm, you're gonna have me ask you this. Who's your top two then?
It better not be Jokic or SGA, because I don't want to hear that shit.
Okay, he says top five maybe. But okay, who's your top two? That will influence how I go about this.
Now I'm gonna go in on my burn because
Go ahead.
some of these already hit on. But
Mm-hmm.
Lamar freaking Jackson, for you to snap back at Darren Orlowski talking about, but Lamar doesn't get excuses. Yes, the fuck you do, you airheaded, delusional, dumb fuck. Yes, the fuck you do. Last year, what was it? What was the excuse last year?
Was it injuries? It was, um,
Mark Andrews.
yeah,
This year, what was the damn excuse?
right. You said it last year was injuries. This year was like injuries.
What was the
And I guess
excuse?
Harbaugh technically counts as an excuse now because Harbaugh got fired.
Yeah, y'all blamed Harbaugh injuries. Last year, you blamed injuries, Mark Andrews. The year before that, what was that?
I mean, like if they want to say he doesn't get as many excuses as like Herbert or something, fine. But to say you
Fine.
don't get any is crazy.
It's delusional and it's a lie. Like it's a flat out lie.
Mm-hmm.
And that damn Fox Nation done infiltrated that man's brain.
Mm-hmm.
And to Torrey Smith talking about the Titans screwed L'Jarius Sneed. Who? Who? Like, who screwed who? Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
He was signed to a 4-year contract. He didn't even make it a whole season. If we really look at it, he played 12 games. And he allegedly partook in a drive-by shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all saying that we screwed him over. He screwed us over, taking that damn money and not and just carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on 1 second. If you have your final burn, you can do yours because I have something to do. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. I kind of used mine earlier, but okay. So Kerm, look, Cade, I agree with. If it were me, Cade is obviously up there. I can agree with that. SGA and Wemby, I guess, but you also have to worry about the 65 game thing. I think SGA has a little wiggle room and Wemby as well. SGA did also miss a lot of time. Jaylen Brown's been there all year, so I know SGA came back in Vegas, put him at the top. Whatever. And it's not saying SGA isn't a great player. You got to take the whole season into account. Everybody said the Celtics were going to be trash this year. Jaylen Brown led that team to where they are before Tatum came back. It is most valuable player. So you tell me who's more valuable. Jaylen Brown taking a team that's supposed to be playing at best to the number 2 seed, or SGA on the defending champions being one of the best teams in the West. It's not just, yes, I know the 20-point game streak. Cool. Good for him. I'm just saying, tell me who's more valuable. Not like the team fell off when SGA wasn't there. They were still winning. Now, if you want to say SGA is a better player than Jaylen Brown, fine. Have the argument. But this season, Jaylen Brown, I believe, is more valuable than SGA this season.
Very, very much so. Because
yes, Jaylen's been great this year. Yeah, I'm just saying, for most valuable, Jaylen has been more valuable.
About Mr. Torrey Smith and the whole L'Jarius Sneed thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bruh. You could say the Titans screwed a bunch of people. That one ain't one.
Right. You say all the time, Titans screwed Mike Vrabel.
They screwed Rabel, but they didn't screw Legarius. Legarius is a bank robber. I really want to knock some of them coins back out.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't even like he got paid $79 million, 76 something like that. He didn't even give you at least half of the goddamn contract worth of a production.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
I will say the one thing that's going to hinder SGA is because now SGA is being known as a foul merchant. That's hurting him too. Because he is a foul.
that would be interesting to see how that does affect him. Because I also think the whole Dort stuff is like probably affecting how they're going to be officiated as well.
Yep. And I'm so glad they didn't say Tatum versus
Snead
Dort.
and J.C. Jackson committed highway robbery.
Yes. Just holding people up with AKs and stuff. Like, bruh. Now, I already went in on Texans fans, so I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
waste my energy on them again. Cam Neglector Newton. I really, 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 really want you to realize that people don't ask you your opinion about relationship advice because they agree with it because they want to laugh at it. And they like
Mm-hmm.
laughing at you because they think you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Cam, you went on that podcast talking about you're not going to marry a woman that had two of your kids. We knew that because the other one lady had about five of them and you ain't married her ass either. So because you want the freedom to be free. People like you, Cam, deserve to burn in hell. Dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
You don't respect women for anything other than a bed partner. And you have daughters. You come up with these old, stupid ass ways of thinking like women lose their value after they have kids. But you got 10 kids with three different baby mamas, and what's your value? And we know that your brain got less folds than it should have, and you got two brain cells arguing for third place. So what is your value other than your money? You're stupid. You're emotionally stupid. Your vocabulary, your vernacular is pedomorphic. Like people like Cam, just really just make me feel like certain types of men are not lonely enough. He's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He really is one of them. Anytime he has something to say about a woman, I'm like, so you just like to look at women and to stick your thingy thing inside of them and not actually value them. And that's why you got a rat's nest on top of your head that don't nobody want to touch. I know why his hair continue looking like that, because ain't no barber in hell finna touch that shit. And you sitting up here in these little top hats looking like a goddamn Pennywise on ESPN saying crap. And you think that when women have kids, they're less valuable. And you actually told your baby mother that if a man didn't want to take care of you or her or your kids, he's not the one for you. Well, you were the one who gave her those fucking kids, and you weren't the one for her. You don't get to say that. You don't get to tell her that. Other people might get to tell her that, but you don't get to tell her that, you smooth brain bastard. Like, Every time Cam Newton opens his mouth, and if he's not hating on women, it's he's hating on black athletes or black quarterbacks that are perceived to be better than him.
Mm-hmm.
He does it with Jalen Hurts. He does that shit with Jalen Hurts too much. I'm like, Cam. Just because Jalen got bigger balls than you don't mean anything. Don't mean you can't sit here and acknowledge the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting on my nerves. He's making the state of Georgia look bad. He's making APS look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
If something like he just needs to be quiet. Just be quiet.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers. And this is the only time I'm going to adjust. I'm going to address Mr. Discount. F him. Look, I don't care what Aaron Rodgers does. Don't sit here. What we're not going to do this season is Aaron Rodgers watch, like we did last season. We're not doing that. We're not doing that here at Passion and Precision because guess what? Neither one of us like that man that much. So, boom. Neither one of us likes him. I can't stand him. Even and Damian made me freaking defend that man. He really made me defend him.
Mm-hmm.
Not stand that smug little long faced dude. Now, whether you sit in Pittsburgh with Mike McCarthy, fine. If he's somewhere else, fine. I don't give a damn. Let me know when it happens. We're not going to sit here and have Aaron Rodgers conversations all year.
Yep.
And last but not least,
Oh, your two favorite players.
my two favorite players. When it comes to complaining about offense, you know the two people I want to hear the least? DeAndre Ayton and Rudy Damn Gobert. They're complaining. No, like real deal complaining.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Ayton is like, he wants to be more offensively involved and I did it. I'm like, first of all, when they do get you offensively involved, you don't do jack squat, but brick shit. You throw up enough bricks to build a house. And the shit be two, and the stuff be like, the shots be like 2 feet away from the rim, and you go, instead of just slamming it and making sure you get a point, you're going to do this stupid ass layup and it's a brick. That's your problem. It's not that you don't get the opportunities. You're soft as shit and you don't take them, you don't take advantage of them properly. Two different things. And with Mr. Rudy, you talking about ball movement. The hell they gonna pass it to? You? Because you're not going for 30 every night. You're not playing the Lakers defense every night. You barely know how to shoot. And you look goofy when you start doing offensive stuff. Every once in a while, you got this little. Every once in a while, it's once in a blue moon, somebody gonna get caught by a Rudy fadeaway, some stupid, some insanely stuff that he usually don't do. He's good for that.
Yep.
But he's not good enough offensively to be talking about y'all need to move the ball more. It won't be going to you. It damn sure won't be going to you. And back to Aiden. He got to get off my team. Like, when I see him on the sideline, he be trying to get mad. I'm like, you look like an angry Sim. Get the fuck out of here. And he's soft, and he's always crying. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Lakers and these crybaby ass people on this team. You got LeBron crying. You got Luca always gonna damn complain about foul.
Hmm.
Now you got Aiden over here with this stupid ass look on his face. Bruh, bruh, stop the freaking crying. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah, like I said, I didn't really have one outside of joining in on the Texans fans because I've seen that enough online to be like, y'all clearly just need the next season to start. But I mean, outside of that, it's kind of like all that you touched on. So I did put the Discord link in the chat. Jory mentioned her free agency tracker. It is in there. Well, at least
I
the
will
link to it
update.
is in there. And like she said, she's updating it all the time. So you can see that. You get articles from her as well. Um, I post, well, I guess they're not technically not articles, but it's on the blog site and everything as well. Links to that in there as well. And we will be doing, I guess, a March Madness challenge. So I will get that created, and you'll see the link to that in the Discord as well, because tomorrow's when the brackets are released. So um,
Alabama's getting in, and we're going to the national championship.
there you go.
Okay.
um, are the women in the women's 2-1 too?
Well, they're pretty decent. I
Hmm?
think they need to get rid of their coach.
Okay.
She's been there for too damn long.
Yeah.
It's 39-49. Lakers are winning over the Nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the sprint to the playoffs in the NBA is going to be very interesting because we talked about it. The West, you're fighting for seeding. There's certain opponents that each team is going to want to try to avoid in the first round. So these games are all important. Um,
Marcus Smart is having a night. He's having
but
one of his
I
nights.
told you when you signed him, there will be nights where he will look like,
This
yeah. And then you'll get a night probably next week where he'll go like 0 for 10 and you'll be like, why do you still shoot? That's just how Marcus Smart is. And yeah, and look, they're playing a quality opponent. So can't really be mad about that. So yeah, get the Discord. Link is there. Please join it. We have a lot of good conversations in there as well. When we're not, obviously when we're not live, you can interact with us over there, and we'd love to hear from you. Even if you want to, stop on by and be like, "Hey, could you guys talk about this next week?" We're open to suggestions for sure.
quick thing, because I was just looking at the stats for the Nuggets game in the Lakers game. You know, I thought we weren't gonna do this bullshit
Mm-hmm.
when it came to baby Braun.
Mm-hmm.
Leave why? Why is he active?
Mm. They love,
Why?
yeah.
Like leave him in the G League where he belongs.
You'd have to ask the Lakers organization, what's the purpose?
I really want to snap. I want to smack the sonic horns out of Palinka.
Mm-hmm.
Cause what? Cause I'm like, I feel like this whole roster needs help. But why do we keep putting this man back and forth from the G League to the regular league, wasting a spot for somebody who can actually play?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. I some grand plan, I guess, that we just don't know.
Exactly. I'm like, y'all getting on my nerves. But that's all I had.
Okay. Um. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of all we got for you. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Fun episode yet again. Once again, join the Discord. Would love to hear from you all. Love to have conversations, especially once March Madness begins. We'll be talking in there about the games we're watching, free agency when big moves happen, talk about them in there. Yeah, just have a lot of fun. So, in absence of Key, she was in the chat for a little bit earlier. Still had fun. Jory lived up to the little nameplate under her. She gave it to the Texans and the Ravens tonight. Trust me, will not be the last time that we talk about those two organizations. Mine's Romeo Dubs, love the signing, but we'll talk more about free agency probably next week because it's not completely over. Most of the big names are gone, but there's still some guys that need to find a home. And the NBA, we're getting down to the playoffs. WNBA, like I said, they're calling Monday as this big time deadline. So if they do get something done, we will talk about WNBA next week for sure. We may talk about them anyway because they have like the U.S. team and all that playing right now. But so a lot to look forward to.
Angel's playing really good. Angel is playing really well.
Yes, she is. She's
the fact she's worked on her offensive game. Mm-hmm. You could tell that she's worked on her offensive game now.
Yes.
I'm proud of her.
Like she was last year and all that too. It's just that it's been kind of gradual. So I think we're seeing once again she's made improvements for sure.
And adjustments.
Mm-hmm. But best way to see it, they got to get the WNBA season figured out.
Right.
So that should be motivation enough. So next week we should be back to Friday. So make sure you check us out then. And so for myself and Jory, Jory, I guess anything you want to add, like I said, you're working on?
Just wait
besides the fantasy tracker.
Yeah, other than the tracker, wait till Wednesday. I have a couple of things being announced. You know where my brain is headed towards. So I gotta get some things in order. Might be a new podcast. Might not. Might be a new episode of Joy Sports Stories. Might not.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see Wednesday.
Right. But we'll say that the blog and everything, probably like the past couple of weeks, we've got like way more active with it. Like I just did one on free agency that's up. That's also in the Discord that you can check out. Kind of talking about fan bases and how we view free agency. Looked at a couple of teams as well. So if you want to check that out, hit the link. You'll see it there in the Discord. And check it out. Really would appreciate that. So that's all we got. Until next week, be safe and enjoy March Madness tomorrow as well, because there are some conference championships right before they release the brackets. Some of these tournament games have been crazy, so I'll definitely talk about that. All right. Good night. See you next week.
Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done.
Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake, side step. I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best. Snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play. Hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way. No look behind the back. Threading the scene. Every angle, every shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find